Hey guys, it's Quay and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, before we start, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. It'd mean so much. We're so close to 2K, so definitely subscribe and be a part of the growing family that we have going on over here. But anyways, without further ado, let's talk about what's been going on lately. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock the other night at the Oscars, and everyone's been talking about it, and it's been crazy. Like, that's all everyone is talking about. So I wanted to wait before I filmed this video because it was too much for me. And I'm glad I waited because I feel like there's a bigger conversation to be had about this whole entire situation. If you guys haven't seen the video of him slapping Chris Rock, I'll just give a brief little snippet, a rundown of what happened. So Chris Rock was making jokes about Jada Pinkett Smith and her being bald. Now, if you don't know, Jada has alopecia, and she decided to shave off her head because, with alopecia, your hair is literally falling out, you're losing hair. So she did a very empowering thing for her, and that was to shave her head completely bald. And, he made a joke that she didn't find very funny. And Will was laughing at first, and then he noticed that Jada was visibly upset. And, he was like, enough is enough. And he went on stage and he smacked Chris Rock. That slap was hard. And was like, don't ever talk about my wife again. And, keep my wife's name out of your mouth. So a lot of people...
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Were torn between whether or not Will did the right thing or if he just took it to the next level. Personally, I don't know. I don't believe in violence. However, I do think sometimes violence is necessary. But I don't condone violence. But it is necessary sometimes. Sometimes you just have to slap a bitch. And that's okay. But Will and Jada have been the butt of everyone's joke for the past year and a half. And it gets tiring. They've opened up themselves and their lives to be scrutinized and criticized. And yes, it's you brought this upon yourself when you guys decided to make your lives so public and overshare so much about your marriage and relationship. However, it's we love when people are vulnerable and they open up that much and just basically lift the curtains and just show us what's really on the other side. But by doing that, you open yourself up to criticism and you become the butt of everyone's jokes. Remember when the whole entanglement situation was going on, and that was the main thing for everyone was entanglement this, entanglement that, entanglement this. It got annoying, and they still had a smile on their face, and even though they were visibly pissed off, they still kept their composure. Now, that being said, on the red carpet, lots of jokes were being made about Will and Jada. When Jada was being interviewed, I think it was by Laverne Cox. She was being interviewed by someone. And they made an entanglement joke. And you could tell that Jada was annoyed. They both were annoyed, Will and Jada, but they just took it in stride and kept going. And then with the Chris Rock thing, I think that really did strike a nerve because we don't know what goes on behind the scenes and what Jada's really going through dealing with this, dealing with this disease. Who knows how many times she's cried and stayed up all night and, sobbed to Will. Who knows? Shaving one's head is not an easy decision, especially for women. And a lot of you guys who watch my videos are women, so you guys will know, your hair is your identity. And to remove that, it's removing a part of yourself. So it's never an easy thing to go through and to do. And to know that your hair is literally falling out because of this disease, that hurts. That fucking sucks. When Chris made that joke, and we're gonna go back in, when Chris made that joke, and Will laughed, because at this point, they've gotten used to being the butt of everyone's joke, and what more can they possibly do? It is what it is. But seeing Jada visibly upset, this isn't funny anymore. This is serious. This isn't, a joke about, my entanglement and this and that. This is a disease that I struggle with, and I just can't laugh at this. This hurts. He stuck up for his wife, and maybe he did take it a bit too far by slapping Chris, but at the same time, I feel that slap was not only for Chris, it was for everyone. Everybody that Will wanted to slap, he slapped by slapping Chris. Like, it was very symbolic. Because, again, they've been the butt of everyone's joke for about a year and a half. So he's got a lot of pent-up anger in there, okay? And he wants... I mean, I would want to slap everybody if you guys were making fun of me for the past fucking year and I couldn't. Like, yeah, you know? It was like that joke was literally the straw that broke the camel's back. It was him basically slapping every news reporter, every blogger and tea channel, and everyone who has just been coming for him and his wife relentlessly. So, I mean, hey, whatever floats you, whatever makes you happy. I mean, I'm glad he defended his wife, and I have no qualms with that. I mean, you can only push people so far, right? And I think jokes about people's body and jokes about people's, just jokes about people's body and diseases, it's not funny, Just, I don't know. Who am I? But this brings me to my next point. So, Zoe Kravitz decided to give her 2 cents on the whole situation. And the moment she did that, the internet went off on her. She was literally dragged up and down Twitter. Old, receipts were shown of her being a literal creep and saying some very questionable things to Jaden when he was only 14. Okay, so she said, there are moments that I was hanging out with Jaden and thinking, I can't believe you're 14. I have to check myself, like what I say to you. She laughs. He has so much personality and so much swag. He's so much cooler than I am. And he's so handsome. I was always like, when you're older, we'll hang out. Nope, that's inappropriate. You're 14. So, I mean, it was kind of weird that it was weird, but we've seen weirder. Hello, Shane Dawson. So at this point, whatever. It's to be expected that these celebrities are kind of fucking weird. But it did not go over well with the internet. And then also things were coming out about her basically trying to separate herself from being Black and stating that, she didn't want to get interviewed by certain media outlets because their audience was predominantly Black people, and that's not her target audience. So it was just, Twitter was having a field day with her. And this brings me to my final point. If Zoe had said absolutely nothing, none of this would have came out about her being a possible predator, her, trying to distance herself from being African American, and all this other stuff that she's been doing. Nobody would have released those tweets and screenshots that people have literally been holding for the past decade. Why is that? I find it very weird that if she would have done nothing, we would have never found out about this. We would have literally been so ignorant to this part of her. It's very common for, and I think it's very weird, for people to hold tea on celebrities and have stuff cataloged when they're being extremely problematic, and they will never release it to just enlighten us about, how problematic these people truly are until they're publicly disliked. Then they will release the screenshots. And what happens when they do that is this mob mentality thing starts going. And now everybody hates that person and everybody has more screenshots and everything's just being circulated and twisted. And it's if you would have just did this when it happened and released it before all of this, it would have, I don't know. I just think it's weird that we hoard and collect these moments, and then wait until they become problematic to release it. But if they don't say anything out of line, then, they're fine. The world doesn't have to know about it. And it's who, I don't know, it's such a weird thing. And I feel the same thing happened with Shane Dawson. The moment he was publicly disliked, then all the tweets and everything came out. Even with, when Cardi B went, the moment she was in her scandal with Nicki, then everybody wanted to release the tweets about Cardi and this tape. And it's why did you wait until this? Then, I don't get it. But that's something I don't think I'll ever will get. But anyways, comment down below your thoughts and opinions. I want to know, 1, do you think Will was right for slapping Chris? Was it called for? Was it necessary? 2, Zoe Kravitz, is she a predator? Because a lot of people are saying that she is. I don't really know. I mean, I don't take the things that she said predatory. I mean, they were weird, yes, but predatory, I don't know if I would put that in the category of predatory. And then this whole hoarding thing where people just like hoard receipts and wait until someone like slips up and then they want to release the tea. Well, that's, I don't know. What do you think about that? Till next time, stay pretty, and remember, if you have a tweet or a photo or said something remotely problematic, please go back and delete it. All right, my loves. Ciao.